Hello, and welcome to Plaid Forum. Thank you so much for joining us. Today and tomorrow, you'll hear about some of our new products and recent launches from our CTO, Jean-Denis, as well as many other members of our team. Along the way, we'll be hosting a handful of demos and technical workshops to dive deeper into what you can build and how you can get the most out of your Plaid integration. Before we get started, I want to share a bit more about the way that digital finance has evolved over the past year, as well as a brief overview of what Plaid will be focused on for the years to come. The past decade has brought immense change to financial services as digitization has revolutionized nearly every part of the banking and consumer financial services experience. As we say frequently, every company is becoming a fintech company. We founded Plaid 10 years ago with a focus on helping developers build digital financial products that dramatically improve the way that every consumer experiences banking and financial services. To help us understand the impact that fintech is having on consumers, we partnered with the Harris Poll to launch an annual survey entitled The Fintech Effect. I wanted to share a few of the statistics from that survey with all of you. 9 in 10 Americans are now using fintech, which represents a 30% increase in usage over the past year. This growth was accelerated by COVID, but enabled by the incredible tools, services, and products that all of you have built. When asked why fintech is important, consumers primarily speak about simplicity, speed, trust, and the innovative new functionality that digital financial applications provide. In our last survey, 8 in 10 consumers say that one of their top priorities when choosing a new bank is its ability to interconnect with all of the digital financial products that they rely on. Connectivity has long been a core thesis of Plaid, but it's been incredible to watch as the concept of open banking and open finance has taken hold in the US and expanded globally over the past few years. What's more, 80% of people say they have greater trust in fintech to manage their finances. Trust, privacy, and security have long been at the core of what we focus on at Plaid, and I know that it's at the foundation of a lot of the things that you all build as well. For example, this year, we launched major improvements to the Plaid portal, which allows consumers to better understand and manage the connections between all of their financial accounts and applications. Now I'd like to turn to the years ahead. As we look to the future, there are 4 major areas that we'll be focusing on as Plaid. Our first priority is connectivity. Our goal is to ensure that anyone who wants to use a digital finance product can do so easily, no matter where they bank or what products they choose to use. For us, this means a continued investment in expanding our bank APIs and Plaid Exchange, as well as growing our connectivity footprint to include new geographies and new data types. In the past year, we've made significant progress, including recent announcements with Capital One, US Bank, JP Morgan Chase, and many more. And we've also added 400 new financial institutions to the Plaid Exchange network. Second, we're investing in a handful of data-driven insights products to help you make better use of consumer-permissioned financial data. In the following sessions, we're going to discuss 2 examples of this. First is our new income endpoint, which helps lenders better analyze consumer income data. Second is our signal endpoint, which allows payments companies to better manage risk and fraud. We're incredibly excited about both of these new products, and we hope that you will be as well. Third, we're deeply focused on the consumer experience as it relates to digital finance. This means improving the authentication experience and the link product set to increase user conversions. Likewise, we will continue to invest in the Plaid portal and related tooling to ensure that consumers can build trust and have access to understanding exactly where their data is connected and manage those connections. Finally, we're always making improvements to the developer and support experience. Many of your companies have experienced massive growth over the past few years, and we are committed to ensuring that Plaid's developer and support experience scales to meet those needs. This means a focus on product quality and improvements to the dashboard, docs, and much more. I can't emphasize this enough. Your feedback drives our roadmap, so please let us know how we can best support you. We're excited to share more about everything that I just discussed in the upcoming sessions. As I look ahead to the next few years, I could not be more excited about the continued growth and expansion of fintech, thanks to the incredible products that all of you have built. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for choosing to work with Plaid. And with that, I'd like to hand it off to Jean-Denis to share more details about our upcoming product launches. I look forward to chatting with many of you later today during the Q&A session. Enjoy the Plaid Forum.
Thank you, Zach. Welcome, everybody. As Zach mentioned, we're only here today because you make us better. And most importantly, because you make financial services better for end consumers everywhere. At Plaid, we've been very lucky to have a front row seat to this growth of financial services. And frankly, it's not really growth of financial services, It's a full transformation, thanks to you, of how incredible experiences are made accessible to people everywhere. Right? The fintech you've built has resulted in amazing use cases like cheaper loans, faster payments, commission-free trading, and I think most importantly, financial advice and services available to everyone just from their phone. This is all because of you. There are three big themes that I think underlie the evolution of fintech from something that was at the margins to something that was used by early adopters to today becoming the norm for how people manage their money everywhere. Those three themes are trust, building better experiences, and expanding where fintech happens. So if you think about trust, right, it's fairly magical today that because of the apps you've built, an average person can apply for a loan, can open a bank account, can trade a stock from their phone without really having to worry, like to have that safe experience on their phone. And that's trust, right? And that's something that we've all been building for the last decade together. The second big theme is building better experiences. Right? What is fintech but better versions of existing financial services? Being able to apply to a loan, like a personal loan at a price point that wasn't even available in a branch before, that's not just like loans as they were before on your phone. It's a fundamentally better product experience around how lending works. And everything that's been built in fintech, right, has been about reimagining and rethinking what something should be like if it were built as a product. The third theme is expanding where fintech happens. And in my opinion, this is the trend that we're in the middle of right now, and it's probably the most important one that we'll see over the next decade. Right? Fintech isn't just about moving services from traditional in-branch financial institutions to the phone. It's actually expanding all the places in people's lives where fintech happens and where someone can manage their money. And this is why Zach, our founder, says every company is a fintech company. Truly, to be successful over the next 50 years, every business is going to have to figure out how to be an effective fintech company and how to deliver better financial experiences to their end users. The favorite part of my week is on Monday morning, I look at the top 50 apps at Plaid, right? And what's interesting is almost every week, I'll see a new use case or app that I hadn't heard of before. And every app that I see falls under the three themes that I just highlighted. So if you think of trust, right now there are a lot of applications that are thinking about how do we bring financial services to populations that have traditionally been underserved by the financial system. Think immigrants. So Stilt is a financial app that is aimed at helping immigrants have access to financial services just like everybody else. Or Grain is an app that is focused on taking people who do not have a credit history or a credit score, not only giving them access to lending, but also helping them build a credit score so that they can access the same financial services as everybody else. Right? And this is incredible, and it's about trust, because what's happening is we're extending the set of people who can operate with the financial system. And finance is about mutual trust between end users and providers of financial services. The second theme, right, is building better experience. So for example, you have an app called Step, which is building a banking app that is aimed at teens and at the kind of issues that teens have, given probably Step is the first time that they're dealing with financial decision-making in their life. And that's pretty incredible today that you can build an app that is focused on a specific set of users and their problems and can optimize the use case for them. Another example would be Commentary Box, which provides payments for youth soccer clubs and helps youth soccer clubs manage like fees, tournaments, purchases, and so on and so forth. Again, you may think of it as a niche experience, right? But it's an app that cannot fulfill the needs of its users if it doesn't integrate fintech as a core part of what it does. And today, it's become much, much easier for developers to build these kinds of product experiences. And then the third theme is expanding where fintech happens. And the part of that we're seeing more and more of is called embedded financial services. This is where there are more and more platforms that are appearing that are helping businesses everywhere offer fintechs to their users. So one of my favorite examples there is a company called Branch. Branch is an employer payments platform that allows for advanced payments to hourly workers. So you think about it, why do you have to wait 2 weeks or a month to get paid for the work that you did? And Branch is helping every business that hires hourly workers, right, deliver advanced payments right after the work is done. This is really something incredible. It's something that in the past, only companies like Walmart and large corporations could offer, but it is now available to everybody. Another example of this for me is this company called Unit. They help any company provide like lending services, FDIC accounts, cards, and payments within their apps. So if you think about all of this, right, if you think about these themes, right, it's about bringing fintech and better solutions to consumers everywhere. And what I'm really proud of at Plaid and what we try to do every day is to provide you with more of the building blocks so that you can remove barriers that are getting in the way of innovation and pushing this movement of digital finance and open finance forward. The only thing we want to do is we want to make it easy for you to create better products. We want to shorten the moment between when somebody hears about your app and their first magical aha moment using it. So today we're going to talk about our roadmap and things that we're bringing to you over the coming months and years to help you accelerate your business. And all of it falls under these three themes. First, trust. Right? We think increasing trust in fintech is a key part to all of your success, and a big part of that is bringing transparency and control to your end users over their data. The second theme is building better user experiences. For us, that means one, focusing on data quality so that you can build better products that you can rely on the data from your end users. And two, giving you more insights on top of the data to do things such as making ACH easier. And number three, we're going to talk about what we're doing to help you expand where fintech happens. That's all about unlocking more use cases. Think making it easier for you to deliver lending for your customers or helping you expand your business internationally. You're going to hear a lot from us today, but I just want you to remember all of these things are built on top of your feedback, right? You drive our product roadmap. So please never hesitate to reach out and tell us what you need from us, whether it's new building blocks or better versions of our existing building blocks. Soon, I'm going to pass the mic over to Adam, who's going to talk to you about what we're doing to build trust by giving end users more transparency and more control over your data. But I want to connect that theme to what's important to you. You're building amazing apps, and you know that conversion is critical for you to succeed. What you want is a friction-free and simple experience that reliably connects your apps, right, and your financial products to accounts everywhere. And when you think about it, that's the exact same things that your consumers and your end users want. They also want a reliable and simple experience to connect the accounts to the apps that they want to use. So at Plaid, usually when we talk about conversion, we talk about the product, right? We talk about improvements that we've made to the UI or the user experience of our Link SDK. We talk about why OAuth or app-to-app authentication is like a better way for people to authenticate into a financial account. We talk about everything that we're doing on the returning experience so that users that are signing up for their second or their third or their fourth fintech app have a much smoother path. And that's great, and we will continue to do a lot on the product end to help with conversion. But I think if you step back, conversion is about trust, right? And it's about when somebody decides to use an app or a new experience, knowing that their data will be safe and understanding that not only they know what's going to happen to it, but they can control it every step of the way. We've done a lot of qualitative and quantitative research on this, and those themes keep coming up: transparency and control. A poll with Harris, right, told us that 83% of Americans would prefer to choose an app where they can control how their data is shared. And that's huge, right? And that's what Plaid's always been about. We've always been about a consumer permission model for fintech. So I'm really excited to introduce Adam, who leads our design team around our privacy products and experience. He's going to tell you more about everything that we're doing to provide more transparency to end users and to give them control over their data. And what I want you to remember is that we're doing this because that helps us all build a more trusted experience that's going to convert better for all of you and help you grow your apps, products, and businesses.
Hi everybody, I'm Adam, and I'm a design manager here at Plaid. I work on improving and optimizing your customer experience with Plaid Link. I want to highlight what John Denis just said and talk about our industry's transformation. The fintech landscape has completely changed, and more users are using fintech apps today more than ever. 9 out of 10 people today use some type of fintech app to manage their money. On top of that, we're we're seeing a consumer and regulatory shift when it comes to views on privacy. Users are becoming more mindful around what data they're sharing with who. They are also increasingly looking for greater transparency and control around it. And as people's views shift, so are legislative trends. In fact, over 30 states have introduced regulatory bills around privacy. That's a lot of change, and that's a lot to stay on top of, which is where Plaid can help. I'm excited to share with you 2 updates we're making to Plaid Link, the main way people encounter Plaid, as well as Plaid Portal, a new product the team has been working on for several years. First, let's talk about Plaid Link, in particular, the consent pane. We've heard your feedback around wanting a seamless and transparent transition between your app and Plaid. We designed this update with you in mind. We started by introducing animation to clearly and seamlessly transition the user onto Plaid. This co-branded consent pane also provides you with an opportunity to upload your own logo, allowing you to show your logo side by side with ours. Both of these elements were designed to help communicate to the user the relationship between your app and Plaid. The copy on this pane has also been updated to help people understand the benefit to using Plaid. For example, Plaid does not sell or rent their data, a core principle Plaid was founded upon. And as with any front-end change, we conducted user research on these. We found that these updates were effective in providing greater transparency and engendering trust. This feature is available to all US and Canadian customers. And since its initial rollout in May, hundreds of customers are already using this feature. Give it a try by enabling this in your configuration tab in your dashboard. Next, I want to talk about an update we are making to the account selection pane. This pane appears after the credentials pane and displays accounts such as your checking and savings associated with those credentials. This update provides users with greater control and transparency over what data is being shared with both you and Plaid. By passing through only relevant data means you can focus more on the accounts that are important to your customers, which will in turn help you tailor your product to your customer. Let's walk through an example. John Denis is linking a financial institution to an app like yours. He has 3 credit cards, however, he only actively uses 2 of them. With this feature, John Denis selects the 2 cards he uses regularly and shares those with your app and Plaid. John Denis has peace of mind that he's not sharing any unnecessary information while still connecting and getting benefits from the apps he wants to use. This update became available a few weeks ago and will be introduced to all flows next year. To help you build the best experience around this, we're hosting a workshop later today called How to Implement Consumer Privacy Best Practices. We hope to see you there. Lastly, I want to tell you about a new product. We want Plaid to be the safest way people share their financial information with you. Because when end users have peace of mind, they have confidence to connect. While building trust starts at the first point of contact, Plaid Link, it doesn't end there. With the introduction of Plaid Portal, people now have a convenient and centralized way of managing and controlling how their data is being shared across the financial ecosystem. With Plaid Portal, people can view connections they made with Plaid, see the type of data they're sharing through those connections, as well as manage those connections between financial institutions, apps like yours, and Plaid. Additionally, through Plaid Portal, users can request to delete the data that Plaid has stored on them. Our aim with Portal is to provide folks with greater control and transparency into the Fintech ecosystem. This will in turn build and engender trust. The Fintech landscape will continue to evolve, as will you and your customers. As it does, we will continue to iterate on those products to meet and exceed those needs. I'm excited for the year ahead and hope to see you at our next event.
Thank you so much, Adam. So now we've talked about trust and the importance of transparency and control to end users. I want to move to our second theme, which is helping you build better products and experiences. So a big part of that is the data that Plaid provides. It needs to be insightful, actionable, and most important of all, accurate. So Royce is going to come and she's going to tell you about improvements we're making to one of our most important products, transactions. Transactions is a key building block for PFMs, for lending and credit use cases, and for risk. And making it better is part of our commitment to take care of more and more of the annoying parts of managing financial data so that you can focus your time on delivering new experiences to your users. The second speaker is Eric, right, who's our product lead for a new product called Signal. Signal is our ACH risk intelligence tool, and it exists to make ECH more reliable and less risky for you. I'm really excited about both the improvements that we're making to transactions and the launch of Signal, because these are two products that are about insights. It's about moving beyond raw data to help you build better experiences on top of Plaid for your users. I'm really excited to introduce Royce and Eric, who will tell you more about these products.
Hello everyone, I'm Royce Cook, Product Manager for Transactions. Although we can't be together in person this time around, I've really enjoyed to get to know a number of you virtually, learning more about your use cases and how we can improve transactions data quality. Customer feedback is incredibly important to us and help us deliver better products for you. In fact, many of the developments that we'll be discussing today were direct results of all of your feedback. So thank you for your partnership and time, and please feel free to keep your feedback coming. From our conversation around how we can improve your use cases and build a better transactions product, there are three main things that you'd like to see. First, improve categorization accuracy, specifically for income, rent, and utility. Second, a categorization list that is easier to use. And finally, more insights so you can provide actionable feedback to your customer. Let's start with categorization accuracy. We heard from many of you that it is critical for us to get payroll, rent, and utilities categories correct. To provide you with more accurate data to use on transactions, we've improved the category accuracy for these specific categories. We've implemented ways to better identify regional utility providers, gig economy payroll, as well as credit card payments and rent payment. More recently, we've introduced a platform that enabled Plaid to use the context from an item's entire history to better predict transactions category, rather than looking at a single transactions in isolation. This platform has already been used to better predict payroll transactions, and in fact, we've already improved the recall rate for payroll to 92%, and we plan to leverage this platform to improve other categories in the future. Further, we heard that you want a categorization taxonomy that is easier to use. We took a moment to learn about what you want from the category field and understand the pain points of working with our existing category lists. We learned that most personal finance module applications have at most 30 to 50 categories, and integrating with our taxonomy can take a lot of time. To help you get started quickly and make it easier to work with our taxonomy, I'm excited to announce a simpler categorization taxonomy that is more streamlined, more intentional, and more closely aligned with how your user view their own transactions. Now, let me show you what's new. First, fewer, better defined categories. We condensed the category list from hundreds to 17 high-level and 94 detailed categories based on your need. From here, you can choose the granularity that makes the most sense for your business. Second, more concise and clearer insights. What this means is that we wanted to provide you with more context behind each individual transactions, with things like the user income, the purpose of the purchase, and bank deposit and withdrawal, so that it is more insightful for you. Finally, the new categorization taxonomy will enable higher quality category prediction. With a more concise category list, we'll be able to deliver a prediction for the category field with greater accuracy and also address your feedback quicker. Now, let's walk through an example to visualize the current versus the new category. Here, we have a debit transactions where someone paid for their Hulu subscription via PayPal. In our current taxonomy, the category prediction could be service entertainment or service cable. Separately, it could also be service subscription or transfer third-party PayPal. Although some of these appear to be more correct, technically they are all valid. As you can see, categorization can sometimes be subject to interpretation. So instead of displaying other attributes such as subscription or PayPal, the new taxonomy is focused on the intent and the context behind the transaction. In this specific example, we would just return entertainment movies as a category. For the additional insights, we're looking for new ways to better surface this information to you outside of the categorization taxonomy. Further, the new category will be surfaced alongside the current one as part of Transaction API response, allowing you the time to assess how this new taxonomy may work for you. We've been introducing this new taxonomy to a few of you to gather feedback to help us move faster. For example, here's what our customer and partner at LendingTree has to say. The more we investigated consumer spending categories for our use cases at LendingTree, the more we realized how incredibly complex they were. The breadth of spending, institutions, and merchants makes it a real challenge. After reviewing Plaid's new proposed taxonomy, it is so much easier to understand. We'll really be able to simplify some of the logic we have in creating insights for our users. Finally, based on our conversation, the third theme that we've heard from you is that you wanted more insight. I wanted to give you a quick peek into what's coming up next on our roadmap. We're starting to think about how we can provide even more insights with recurring transactions. Recurring transactions is a new endpoint that would identify streams of transactions that occur on a regular basis. This is exciting because our product cleans, parse, and normalize messy bank transaction data on a per transaction basis today. But there is a lot more useful data embedded in a user aggregated transaction history. With recurring transactions, you'll be able to understand a user's spending patterns, spending velocity, as well as how long they have the specific pattern for. So you can provide more actionable insights like more personalized financial advice and more timely reminders to your user about an upcoming bill. With these insights, you can offer more value-added feature on your application to engage your users with minimal effort. Another area that we're exploring is providing an easier way for you to stay up to date with your transactions data. We understand that keeping all of your historical data consistent and updated can be a complex process. To help, we'll soon pilot a new API allowing you to request only new changes you haven't processed, making it easier and more reliable for you to keep your transactions data up to date. I'll have more to share in the coming months. If you have any feedback or wanted to hear more about anything that I've shared today, please reach out to your account manager. Now, I'm going to pass it over to Eric to talk about an exciting new product announcement, Signal.
Thanks, Royce. Now that you've heard about new features to our transactions product, I'm excited to talk about a new product that combines transactions data along with hundreds of other data points to give powerful insights. I'm Eric, and I lead product development for some of our new products at Plaid. Today, I'm excited to introduce our newest product, Signal. As John Denis mentioned, we want to help you build better product experiences, and Signal does just that. Signal enables you to improve the ACH transaction experience for your consumers and helps you control operational costs by providing real-time transaction analysis of ACH return risk. When I first joined Plaid, I sat down with as many of you as I could to understand your biggest challenges. In talking with customers with account funding and disbursement needs, think Robinhood, Coinbase, Chime, I found that many of you have a love-hate relationship with ACH. ACH can be a very cost-effective way to move money. However, there are two main challenges. ACH can be slow and carries a high degree of uncertainty. To manage ACH uncertainty, many of you have built in-house rules engines to make more informed transactions decisions. The challenge was getting enough signal to make precise transactions decisions. So based on all these early customer conversations, a light bulb went off. We can use the power of the Plaid network to help. First, we know balance, transactions, and identity information. Second, we can see changes in these data types over time. And third, and perhaps most importantly, all of this is consumer permissioned. So, how does Signal work? Signal analyzes each individual transaction using our machine learning model trained on consumer permission data in over tens of millions of ACH transactions. Our product delivers 2 risk scores for 2 different types of ACH returns in under 3 seconds.
We score the likelihood of bank-initiated returns, so think of NSF or closed account return codes, and the likelihood of consumer-initiated returns, so think of fraud. We then take those scores and we put them into risk tiers to help you bound and quantify the risk. And based on your given risk profile, you can choose how you want to treat these transactions. Do you want to treat them as high risk, medium risk, or low risk? And finally, we provide the feature insights, so more than 30 different data points as to what drove the decision. And we've packaged all this together into a single API to make it simple and easy for you to use. Let me give you an example of how one of our early customers, Uphold, used Signal to provide better consumer experiences. Uphold is a crypto trading platform. Prior to using Signal, Uphold placed a 4-day hold on funds simply because they didn't have sufficient data points to evaluate transaction risk. By using Signal, they were able to score transactions in real time, and for most users, enable them to start trading immediately. This was a much better experience for users and a much better experience for Uphold. Plaid Signal provides unique data for risk assessment so we can make smarter, faster decisions. Now, more Uphold users can trade instantly without having to wait the normal 4-day settlement period for ACH deposits. A game changer. Thank you to the Uphold team who've been such wonderful partners with us in this journey. Starting today, we will make Signal available to mature ACH originators. In the coming months, we will make it available more broadly, extending access to those who are just getting started in the ACH space. Stay tuned to learn more about how we are doing that. I want to close with a thank you for all the feedback you've given us so far. We are eager to sit down with many more of you in the future to continue to improve the product. Back to you, Jean-Denis.
Thank you so much, Eric. So now I want to talk about our third theme, which is helping you expand where fintech happens. So Kate, who's our product lead on credit, is going to talk about some of the things we've got coming up to help lenders and credit use cases reach more consumers and end users. Earlier this year, we announced Plaid Income, which is a big part of making the experience of qualifying for a loan as quick as a few clicks. And we want to bring that magic to a bigger part of the lending funnel and credit use cases. And then last but not least, and in case you haven't noticed or picked up from my French accent, global expansion is very near and dear to my heart. 2 years ago, Plaid expanded to Europe, and we've made a lot of progress in helping developers in the region build unique applications around open banking and payments. Keith, who leads our team there, is going to join us to talk about what we're rolling out for all of you who are thinking about growing your business in or even expanding to Europe.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate, the product lead for Income, and I'm here to announce the product is ready for launch. Income was developed because we believe we're in the midst of a tremendous shift in how credit gets underwritten. Current infrastructure underserves growing segments like the gig economy and those that are credit invisible, as well as the digital age, where consumers demand simple experiences and instantaneous services. And that is why Plaid is building credit infrastructure for today. And our North Star metric is helping you increase application completion rates. Income verification is a critical and widespread component of any credit application. And you told us that before Plaid Income, verifying income reliably was a difficult part of your application process. Consumers needed to assemble documents, and then someone had to review them and transcribe the details. This process could take days to complete. And on top of that, customers didn't have a good way to serve people with multiple income streams, like freelancers and gig economy workers and other people with non-traditional work. So our solution, Income, makes it fast and easy for consumers to share their data and to make it easier for you to manage that information. Exactly how it should be. Income is an embeddable module that fits gracefully in your application workflow, and it can adapt to your experience and underwriting policies. So you define the data sources that you want, whether that's bank statements, W-2s, or pay stubs, and you define the order of operations for how you retrieve them, and we guide the user through the process and then deliver you the data in a structured way. Since our beta announcement in March, we've invested in further features that you asked for, such as expanding our coverage. We have more digital integrations and we support more document and data types, like bank statements, pay stubs, W-2s. So no matter how a consumer gets paid, they can verify their income using Plaid Income. We also offer more data and more insights. A consumer can now share more information associated with their employer, such as employment history and current employment status.
We can also offer income insights from bank statements to make it easier for you to ingest and utilize bank statement income. In addition, we've built ongoing permissioning. So while a consumer can share a single snapshot, they can also choose to share ongoing access to the information to a trusted application. This is particularly important for a mortgage loan, which can take multiple months to go from application to close. We've also built smart search, so a consumer can search by employer, but you can also share additional contextual information about that applicant so we can better route them to navigate the experience. Lastly, we've built out-of-application access. We learned that there are a number of scenarios when customers want to verify income outside of an online application. For example, at an auto dealership, when you're trying to buy a car, you're not in front of a digital loan application. So we're working on a new feature that makes it possible for you to send your customer a text message or an email with a link that then they can use to verify their income directly. We've received great feedback from our beta customers thus far. I'd like to highlight 2 examples. Cherry is a financial services company that allows medical practices, like dentists, to offer customized payment plans to their customers. Using Plaid Income, Cherry's income verification process has gone from a manual process to an automated flow that takes less than 15 seconds. This allows Cherry to streamline their application and make near-instant decisions for many of those applicants. In another example, Up and Up lets customers fractionally own their home while renting. They previously did not have a streamlined way to verify customers' income and often relied on document review to approve an applicant. Up and Up has both sped up and brought more certainty to their application process using Plaid Income and our 40+ digital integrations. Plaid Income is only the beginning of a long line of credit solutions that Plaid is focused on building to meet the demands of the digital age. Now I'm going to pass the mic over to Keith, who's based in London. He'll be talking a bit more about how we're helping you expand your global footprint.
Thanks, Kate. You've heard from many of us today about what we're doing to help you grow your business and enable more use cases. And as John Denis mentioned, we want to expand where fintech happens. And a piece of that is helping you expand globally. Our goal is to be your single integration point that helps you expand internationally with just a few lines of code. We take care of all the nitty-gritty, and you can focus on building the things that matter. About 3 years ago, I joined Plaid to lead our global expansion efforts. We opened our first UK office in London, where I'm coming to you from today, with a few full-time employees. And since then, we've grown our European presence more than 10x and opened an additional European office in Amsterdam. So why did we come to the UK? The number one request for new markets for Plaid from our existing customers was the UK, and we wanted to be where our customers needed us. It's also the second largest market for fintech, with more than 86% adoption of fintech overall. And on top of all of this, open banking regulation has really opened up new doors and opportunities for fintechs to thrive in the market. I want to stop and talk to you a little bit about payments. Payments is one area we're hyper-focused on. More than 75% of Brits use fintech to make payments, and there are a few reasons for this. The first is that commerce is increasingly going mobile first. The second is that real-time payment rails, such as UK Faster Payments or SEPA Instant Payments in Europe, are growing, making payments faster and easier than ever before. In fact, according to Grandview Research, the global real-time payments market is expected to grow at more than 30% through 2028 and reach a $100 billion market size. So in early 2020, we launched Payment Initiation to enable your users to make instant bank transfers online. With Plaid, you can now make the most of open banking with Payment Initiation Services, or PIS, account verification, KYC, and more to create the user journey that suits your business. Our customers love Payment Initiation because, one, you can give your users access to instant payments. We bring those real-time payment rails directly to your service. Two, you can boost your bottom line. We help you save money by avoiding hefty and unpredictable processing costs with our simple flat fee transfers. Payment Initiation has higher conversions and lower costs than other payment methods. And three, you can get going easily. With our best-in-class developer documentation and range of integration options, including mobile SDKs, you can be up and running with Payment Initiation in just a couple of weeks. Our customers were eager for us to expand a unified way to make account-to-account payments possible across even more markets. And so today, we're super excited to announce our expansion of payment initiation in new countries with Germany and France. We also have more countries launching in the coming months, including Spain, Ireland, and the Netherlands. With our open banking payment solution, our goal is to make it easy for your users to fund their account, make online payments, and pay invoices all from your app or website, whether you're building a neobank or a digital wallet. And in addition to our direct integrations, we also work with partners like Railsbank to make it easy for your company to implement account-based payments with settlements accounts as well. So let me talk you through a couple of examples. The first is PaySend. PaySend launched in April 2017 with a vision to change the way people manage their everyday finances. It started as a team of experts from banking and payments who became frustrated by the time and complexity of traditional bank systems. So PaySend provides an alternative way for users to send money internationally through their app. With payment initiation, PaySend now offers a solution with instant payments that keeps costs low and improves the user experience. No typing, just click, confirm, and carry on, meaning more money in users' pockets and flowing wherever they want, whenever they want it to. As a result, PaySend is able to reduce the time and clicks it takes to authorize a transfer by up to 80%. And PaySend uses Plaid Link, which offers a completely customizable and controllable UX in the UK and Europe. Another of our customers is Wahid. Wahid, after working with Plaid in the US, chose to use payment initiation for their UK platform onboarding. With expanded coverage throughout Europe, we're making it simple for you to incorporate payment initiation into your services in many more countries and help you provide your service to more users. You'll be able to lower the cost of payments and streamline digital account funding to automated reconciliation, instant top-ups, payouts, and even make pay by bank an option at checkout. So what's next? As with how Zach and Jean Denis puts it, our goal is to develop the building blocks and remove barriers so that you can grow and accelerate your business. Our goal in Europe is no different. We want to offer you the best-in-class open banking products and services to help you unlock more opportunities and expand wherever you need to. This includes even more payment features that you've asked for, including payment confirmation, refunds, and payouts. We want to be your full-stack payments provider with open banking. We want to be alongside you every step of the international expansion journey. So be sure to reach out to your account manager to chat about how we can help. Back to you, Jean Denis.
Thank you so much, Keith. I'm really excited. Today we've talked about how we can build trust in the ecosystem together, what we can do to build better end user experiences, and what you all can do to expand where fintech happens. All of this is about giving you more of the building blocks you need to succeed and to continue to create amazing products. I want to leave you with one thing. Please send us your feedback. Like I said from the beginning, our roadmap is set by you and for you. And we really want to hear from you about what we can do to make your experience better building with Plaid. With that said, if you want to continue the conversation, please join Zach and I in the Q&A breakout room later today. We also have a lot of really exciting workshops that I hope you'll join. Finally, tomorrow we've got a whole day dedicated to the developer experience and to make it easier for you to build on top of Plaid. Happy building.